Welcome back to Imperial Splendour. I want to say sorry to everybody for the delay in this series. I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far, and I absolutely want to keep it going. Now, something fascinating occurred, and initially I thought it was a game bug, but it's actually a lot more interesting than that. And that is that there's a revolution going on in Austria. As you can see, the revolutionary armies are actually besieging the capital of Vienna here. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Imagine if Austria becomes a republic. I mean, it would just be insane. It would obviously change our whole approach here, and it would be quite interesting. Now, Courland, we're still at war with them over here. What we want to try to do is, of course, send in some armies and smash them once and for all. Then they'll no longer be a threat, pretty much. So I think I will likely take this army. I could also probably take the army of Peter Beschow here. It's probably a better army to take anyway. In fact, what I'm thinking right now is, just to be safe, I'm going to bring along the entire force anyway. Oh, sorry. There we go. We'll keep a general back here, of course, to sort of keep the city under lock and key, but I absolutely think it's going to be important to move out there. I'm also going to try to liberate our port quickly, and then, of course, heading towards the potential city. I was going to repair the port, although I figure it's probably not worth it because they'll just attack it next turn and once again damage it. And over here, there's really not much we can do with this Far Eastern army, because of course we're no longer at war here with Austria, right? So we need to determine kind of how we should go about this, how we want to treat this, etc. We could, of course, head down and go to war with the Persians or the Ottomans. So in the comments down below, I want you guys to tell me what you think we should do as we approach this part of the game. I think that's going to be very important. Obviously, right now, my goal is to fix all of my factories as quickly as possible and go to war with Courland and finish them off once and for all. In fact, I'm thinking for such a large force, who knows? We might actually need to bring in an additional army. And I don't want to offer a protectorate. I want this to be completely Russian territory, 100%. So let's... Vassals who have now turned against us. Oh, there's the new Austria. Whoa. Okay, guys, that's definitely a new flag. We've got to see what's going on with the Austrians, but, of course, all of our previous combat with them could come back to haunt us. Perhaps this new administration is not exactly a very big fan of Russia. I think only time will tell. Our glorious Tsarina cannot deal with more betrayal, and see right here, speaking of betrayal, the Persians didn't betray us, they simply attacked Dagestan here, but this is absolutely a reason to use that Far Eastern army and go and subjugate this province. The good news is that we're actually converting most of the people here in Dagestan, and oh, we got a socket bayonet. Very nice. We'll go and get a new research in a second. The people of Dagestan should be subjugated, not easily, but we should be able to head over here, shut them down, and just keep this region under control. And I think we're going to go for Azerbaijan as well. We've taken it before, but really just keeping the Persian Empire as far away from us as possible is going to be very important. Alright, let's get in here. And we are sending Anton Soldatova here. What I'm going to try to do is just damage these farms, damage any buildings the enemy might have. Gonna have to do, yes, Peter Peshov, he's a much better general, but I'm gonna move him over here to this town. And back at St. Petersburg, I was gonna say I want to start building more units, but you know what, we really need to take this time to improve the economy. And the only way to do that, really, well, besides buying new buildings, is upgrading existing ones. The theater is not going to be very useful, but this factory could bring in quite a bit of region wealth. So we're going to go ahead and purchase that. It's going to take 5 turns, but 5 worthy turns, I can tell you that much. And let's get this gentleman into a college building. Remember, we were going to turn this into a college. The school, however, is just so damn expensive. So let's take a look at Kazan, all of our Far Eastern provinces, and I'm going to build a town hall in Ust-Silovsk in Komi. So hopefully this will improve our... the value of our territory in that area, let's say. Also go ahead and increase the monastery school, and let's end the turn. I highly doubt that the Kurlandese would attack us here. We just have a much stronger force. They're gonna wait for us to besiege, and then we'll have to see what happens. But I really don't feel that they would attack us, considering our numbers against theirs. Now, they do have that additional army off to the west, so they have more forces than we anticipated, which is why they were able to hold on to this little region here in the Baltic. And I hope that we can just knock them right out. There we go. Wow, they actually attacked. Well, guys, so be it. Let's defend against this army. And I must say, look at how professional these Kurlandese troops look. I can't wait to get onto the battlefield. Let's see what happens. Alright, look at this setup. So it looks like for this army, we have a large amount, and I mean a large amount of infantry. We're going to have to try and win with the infantry, really. I think they're going to be, well, you know, for lack of a better word, our main focus. However, I am going to put our Kazakh Lancers over here in the woods, sort of hide them from the enemy. And we also need to push these infantry units a little farther up. So we're going to keep them as sort of reserve units here behind the line. We can move forward as needed. I also think I want to get my general completely out of the way over here with our cavalry units in the woods. No reason to lose a good general. Let's get to it, boys. Here is the approaching army. Of course, we're really going to come back and show you guys the actual fight. Right now, they're just walking towards our lines. They are taking some artillery hits, but again, we only have 2 pieces on the field. And as you can see, the terrain is not favoring our artillery. So it looks like they're going to be breaking over there on that side, coming down the hill into the wooded area. I'm not changing position. Initially, I was thinking maybe it's a good idea to do that. No way. Like, just no way. This isn't going to get better for us. It's going to get worse if we start to go up that hill because they'll have an overhead shot on us by the time we make it up there. So I'm just going to keep my distance. I might try and take a shot on these dragoons. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm going to push forward just a bit and see if I can't get a shot. And of course, we can always break into square formation if need be. Nice! Let's get into square. Might be a bit premature for a square formation, but I'm going to try. And it looks like even over here on the line, we're getting hit by the enemy. Let's take a look. All right, so far our men have got that area covered. My goodness, man. After all the battles, it looks like our guys are getting quite good at shooting down the foe. All right, let's get a look over here. Still more cavalry coming through, if I'm not mistaken. All right, they're actually getting off their horses. My goodness. The enemy actually wants to fight us on foot. And as you can see, it looks like they are running in terror. We've got to focus on the Deutsche Line infantry. All of our men are, of course, in this forest, ready to go. Pretty soon, actually, I'll do it right now. I'm going to switch to canister. I'm going to do the same with this guy, so by the time the enemy gets right there, we'll be able to hit them with canister shot. In fact, I'm going to send the garrison battalion up, just to lure them into this area near these cannons. Right there, so they've got a nice overview of the battlefield. Let's just take a look, see what the enemy cav is doing. Alright, they're behind our lines. I don't like that. Fire! We're gonna have to send in the Kazakhs because they're gonna go straight for our general. There's no doubt about it. Alright, look at that. Our men have started engaging. What about the canister shot? Beautiful! It's already flying towards the enemy. Let's take a look at that side where it got hit. A lot of enemies going down there. Alright, Here we go, Kurland making her final stand. This is the subjugation of the Baltics. Send them to hell. Look at that. They did get one group to actually charge our garrison battaglioni, but I'm pretty sure we can just help him out with another unit, send him in there to do a charge. For now, let's focus fire on the Deutsche Line Infantry. They are not going to run as easily as the rest of these guys. Well, I guess they were Deutsche Line Infantry too. Looks like that morale is not looking so good. Let's look at their location. They actually have pretty good cover here. Going for the old fire by rank. Let's take a look at the rest of the battlefield. We have to really get in the woods to see what's going on. And often, we've seen that before, these forest fights can get very confusing. Gonna get out of the square. And let's engage the Deutsche Line Infantry quite a distance. But as long as we can just fire in that general direction, get a few hits, I'm happy with that. I think most of the Kurlandese have already broken. It's down to the final few. In fact, where is that second Kazaki unit? Let's send him into the battle. I'm going to try to flank attack these Deutsche Line Infantry. We'll move right up the center first, and then we'll just double back and hit them. Kazakh Lancers! You guys saw the intro to this video, you saw these in action already. I really want to make sure it's a true flank attack, so I'm going to ride past them. That's going to have to be sufficient. Charge! Kazaki! I love how the second their backs were turned, our men went ahead and started firing at that position. That's wonderful. I'm also going to send them against these Deutsche Line Infantry. They're going to eat a few hits from our canister shot first, though. Here we go. And oh, fresh units. Yeah, no, they're running. I'm gonna chase them. I don't give a damn. In fact, first I'll hit their cavalry or their artillery. But this is one of those battles where we can't necessarily be gentlemen. We've got to try and chase the enemy down. Some of their Deutsche Line Infantry are smart enough to actually be in a square formation. Gotta give it to them. Sure, everything is going okay. What about the line over here? So see, we still have that large group of line infantry. Same over here. Shoot. Alright, maybe we can sort of double back with these Kazaki and knock out the rest of the enemy stragglers. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to charge back with these Kazaki. These guys are chasing men off the field, but they can certainly double back too. These are the only two cavalry we have in this particular army, but they're doing a phenomenal job. Oh! Son of a bitch. Did not realize that was happening. I guess we're going to have to stop one of our charges and go for this group right here. Although, again, even on an uphill charge, we seem to do pretty well. There we go, boys. Cavalry! See if they'll get into square formation or not. I don't think there's any time for them. Alright. Damn it! Nope, wrong unit. Why did we bring the general here? Although it's fun to see that our general does have muskets. That's pretty cool. Nonetheless, we're going to ignore that for now. Keep up the firing. This group is going to be hard to get, apparently. We did kill the enemy General Ephraim Mayer, but this group right here of dragoons basically just ran off, and it still looks like they're on the battlefield, so I'm not sure if that's some sort of... Well, obviously it's some sort of bug, but I don't know just how serious it is, if it's going to affect the game. Let's charge in with the boys here. Seen enough gunfire to last me a lifetime. Bayonets! Should have been able to shut down the actual Baltic long ago. What in the world am I doing? There we go. Yep, enemy is on the run. What do you know? Let's see if we can just get some shots. First, we'll get on top of the hill here. This should allow us to get a really nice volley. And there we go, guys. The end of the battle. Of course, I can't end this battle without getting a few more volleys and trying to take out a few more of these Kurlandese forces. But look at our glorious army. My god, man. The power of Russia is real in this campaign, that's for sure. Unfortunately, one of our Kazaki Lancers just took way too much, more than they could handle, and they are escaping the battlefield. They will be back, but it's going to take a few turns for us to get them back to their original strength. Look at that, it begins. The Kazakhs can feast. In fact, I should bring my general out here as well. Let's send him into the fight. I just can't risk these guys going back and setting up a decent siege, guys. That's unacceptable. Again, if you've made it this far in the video, drop a comment and let us know what you like about this series, what you would like to see more of, and where you think is a reasonable place to stop. Like, what objective should we complete before we can say, okay, we've played quite a bit of Imperial Splendour, we can move on now. Here we go, getting to the edge of the map. And it looks like a lot of their groups right there are going to get away. So we'll quit the battle there. Getting a close victory, I'll take it. Definitely better than nothing. Now the question is, can we get into this city and make it our own? And I believe we can. It looks like we can walk right into Kurland because the damn army just left.
As the lower orders have become
so we do have some riots. We want to take a look at that situation because we raised taxes quite a long time ago. And right now, I think that's coming back to bite us. Although, look at that. We're going to have to hold on another turn and potentially fight another battle for this city. In the meantime, I'm going to try to spread out the garrison battalions there so that we can bring in additional reinforcements to this fight. Another artillery gun would really help us out. But then again, I'm not going to say it's a cheap approach because it was done. No! Trying to get in the army. All right, well, the game decided for us. So let's just take a good old-fashioned Semyonsky Polk, one of our better units, and get him into the army here. Wonderful. Well, we're going to have a hell of a fight next turn. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Look at these Kurlandese, man. These Baltic forces. It looks like Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania all joined together because they have pretty significant numbers for a country this tiny. Thanks again, folks. Catch you on the next one.